Dune Awakening. At long last, we are able to play this game. We've got a beta that everybody can stream, can share if they want to. I am going to do a speed run as best I can. Skip the opening tutorial sequence. You've played through this before. Yes, because I took part in the beta yesterday. This is the second day of the beta. Yes, Dune Awakening features a guided journey that locks the research menu until certain steps are completed. Advanced survival players may prefer to unlock the research menu from the beginning. Well, if you've never played this game before, I recommend that you do the locked version. It will guide you, it will help you, even if you've played survival games before. But because I'm trying to get it as much progress as quickly as possible, I have chosen to unlock the menu. I am going to try to do everything quickly. I'm going to forget about the tutorials. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be a sword master. I've spoken the truth, and I'm going to skip the cutscenes. So I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I possibly can, just to see what's possible, just to see how fast it is possible to progress in Dune Awakening. I've skipped all the cutscenes. I imagine if you're somebody who's a fan of this game, you've probably seen them before. Those are people who've done videos showing character creation and all the rest. So you probably don't need to see all that again. But I just want to get into the game and I want to get started. So you start off in Hagga Basin South, and Hagga Basin South is obviously the newbie zone, and it's quite easy compared to the rest of the game. I think this is a guy from Game of Thrones, isn't it? Who's talking to us. Your aim is to get to the northern area, really, which is Western Vermilius Gap. That's there are two. There's Western Vermilius Gap and Eastern Vermilius Gap. So your aim is to get to one of those gap places as soon as you can. And here's the introduction where they teach you to fear the sandworm. Fear the sandworm. However, although the area I'm in is called Hagga Basin South, there's actually kind of two bits to it. There's the southern bit, which is where you start, and you start at a random location. It's always in the southern bit, but it might be towards the west, or the middle, or the east. So if you are trying to meet up with friends, you won't all start in the same place. Probably you start randomly, and there's kind of a northern bit, which is sort of just over here somewhere. I'm going to try to build my base in the north. I think the north of Hagga Basin South is a good place to build a base. But as I'm making my way there, I am going to gather resources. Hopefully this will mean that by the time I get to a good base location, I will already have a fair number of resources and will, not need to do too much gathering at that point. I'll already be able to, maybe start building my base and even building some useful items in my base. So there's a particular spot that I like, to be honest, which is there's the trading post. Being near the trading post is very useful. Can't see much because it's so dark at the moment. Some people like to build their first bases right by the trading post. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go a little bit further east because I think a good spot for a starting base is near the what's it called? The research laboratory, which is a little bit further east. So basically you've got the trading post, and then east of the trading post you've got the research laboratory, and then east of the research laboratory you've got the crashed spaceship. Now the research lab is a dungeon which has stuff in it that you want to get. You want to get that stuff amongst other things to build your first bicycle, your first vehicle. And the crashed spaceship also has stuff that you want to get. The spaceship has stuff that you need to get to build your first half-decent weapons and armor. Where am I going? I'm going northeast, I think. So trading post, and then east of the trading post is the reset station. East of the reset station is the crashed spaceship. So the reset station, what I'm trying to say really, is in the middle, which is, you know, perhaps a good place to go, because you're in the middle of two useful things, and you're right next to another useful thing. So that's why I personally say near the reset station dungeon is a good place to go, and perhaps not so much near the trading post. A lot of people, however, will choose to build their bases by the trading post, and maybe they're right, but we're going to do it my way, and we're going to see what happens. So my goal is to get the sand bike as soon as possible. I'm going the wrong way, I need to start going north. To get the sand bike as soon as possible, to rush to sand bike. Once you've got the sand bike, you will find that you have to go back to some places you've already been to do quests. But I think, even though it involves some repetition, trying to get the sand bike ASAP is probably the fastest and most efficient way of doing this. Right, there's the trading post. I want to go east of this. There are some flowers. Watch out for the flowers. Those are very useful. They will stop you dying of dehydration. There's a trading post. Surprised there aren't any bases around here. I don't know how old this server is. This might be a fairly new server. I don't know. Oh, come on, why isn't this working? Because I think what they were going to do was they were going to put up some initial servers, which they did, and then if those servers sort of got full, they were going to put new ones up. So I don't know the age of this server. I don't know how many people we can expect to see on it. But I'm not seeing, yeah, there don't seem to be many bases. Of course, what a lot of people will do is, especially because the game sort of guides them towards doing this, they will build their base at a very early stage. And they won't travel much, but it's worth travelling a bit before you build your base. So then once you've built it, you're in a good spot where you need to travel less. If you build your base immediately, that may seem like a good idea, but you will find that afterwards you have to travel a lot to get to the useful places. And the useful places are, well, you can't see them on the map yet because I haven't actually been there, but that trading post is useful. The oh, there's a person with a bike, so yeah, somebody's obviously been playing for a little while on this server. They're not a total newbie. That's useful, that cave. The useful places are the trading post and the two dungeons, and what I'm doing now, running around a bit to find a base spot which is not too far from the trading post and the two dungeons, in the long run will, I hope, prove to be worthwhile, even though it means I'm doing some running for the time being as opposed to making progress in other ways. So this is a spot I like. Other people clearly have the same idea. There are some bases here already. That's quite a nice looking one, isn't it? Look at this. Your first base, don't need to worry about making it look nice. I really hope people have not built on top of resources. If they've stopped resources from spawning, then that would be very annoying. I'm just picking up everything I can as I go because, you know, why not? It doesn't do any harm. There is a danger of running out of inventory space, but doesn't seem to be happening. So this spot has lots of copper, lots of granite, and I'll open up the map in a minute to show you where it is, and some flowers. Lots and lots of granite, which is going to make life easier when it's time to start building. Flowers at this point, you're not going to do a great deal in terms of collecting water, but it does help. It is nice to have flowers nearby, so you don't have to travel very far when you are dehydrated. A little bit of metal here. Right. So, okay, let's get started. First of all, let's look on the map. So you'll get a better idea where we are once the map has opened up. But we're sort of here. We're sort of. In fact, if you look at the objective, that will appear. That's the same for everybody. That place when you're a newbie objective is basically north, isn't it? North of the objective. And I'll show you more of the map once it's sort of opened up and we know more. We can see more of the other areas on the map. Right. This stuff we've already got. All this. Makeshift clothing, yes. We need a construction kit. That's important. We need that, and we need this. If we got enough skill points, we may as well get all this stuff. Blood purifier, no, but that's still okay. Well, let's start building the base. I suppose we could start building jacket, shoes, pants, gloves, hood, can't do any harm. More pistol, light darts, yes. We know we're going to need a respawn beacon at some point. We know we're going to need binoculars. Looks like we've got enough stuff to start making blood sac and blood extractor. Okay. Right. First of all, you build your thief. Really don't want to stop. Oh, the metal's back already. Okay, we're not going to stop metal from spawning. It doesn't need to be completely flat. This will just checking I'm not blocking any spawns. Maybe a bit of maybe those. Oh no, those plants are okay. And plants are kind of easy anyway. There's loads of them. So your first base, it doesn't need to look pretty. You're not going to stay here long. Oh fuck. Right, I'm going to demolish this and try to make it all a bit higher. Okay, build it up a little bit. Yep, here we go. Right, this will do. Right, this will do. I can now move this. Here we go. Build, yes, yes, yes. Right. Oh, I'm dehydrated. Truth is, at this stage in the game, it doesn't matter very much if you are dehydrated. But you know, just to try to do everything properly, let's get some water. Brilliant. Okay. May as well equip the clothing because the stuff I can equip will be better than what I've got on, even though it's still pretty rubbish. Dump all this. X, dump. Right.
From the wreckage with your cutlery and use it to make a Mauler pistol and darts. Don't let the Imperial disdain for ranged weapons lead you astray.
Can I get a ramp?
Hardy enough to use shields this deep in the sands, and that is to your advantage.
Right. Do I have enough room for a ramp? Oh yes, I do. Right. Okay. That's nice. And let's get a. So, how to get the right? I'm just going to do this, and I'll show you something about building. Oh, come on. Okay, so when you first start building, it looks like this. Okay, and this big door is not available to you. How do you get the big door? Easy. You press the R button, and that brings up more. So, and I click on this, which is the shelter, and yeah, press the R button and more options appear. Right, this will do. Another big door here, thank you very much. Another ramp here. This will help me to get my bike in and out of this place once I've built my bike. Outer face, no inner face. Let's make a door here. Why not? Don't think I'm going to need a ramp for that because it's right on this surface. Right, I need some more granite. Let's get some metal over here because actually I don't have lots and lots of metal. I'm going to make a can I make a power thingy at the moment? Yes, fuel power generator, that's what I want. Come on, put this here, brilliant. Fill it up with energy. Now my base has got shields, and the reason that's good is because storage, I want to do storage. Can I do maybe I can already do storage. Yes. Once your base is powered, the shields work, so sandstorms will not destroy it, but also you can put stuff in here, and anything that's in a box becomes accessible for the entire base, for any crafting stations, or for you, as long as you're actually on your base. So I can put a load of stuff like granite in the chest, and then I can build using the granite from the chest without having to take it out of the chest, which will be useful. Oh, you might ask, well, why am I not worrying about sunstroke? To be honest, it's not going to kill me, so I don't care. You'll have seen lots of videos where people sort of highlight the survival elements of this game. They are real. You do need to worry about water, you do need to worry about staying out of the sun, but if you're not going to go into combat, if you don't really care very much at the moment about being debuffed, which I don't, you can sort of survive without worrying too much about the sun and even about water. Once I've made my base, I can get into the base and get out of the sun that way. But the main thing is get into the base. So there was a load of granite and stuff around here as you saw when we first arrived, but I've used it all, and it respawns like fairly quickly, but not immediately. Water is a real pain in the early stages of the game. I'm dehydrated again, but here are some flowers. Keep lots of lag there. Keep your eye out for flowers. The game is telling me for the quest to place a respawn beacon. Yes, let's do that.
But the War of Assassins and the Sardaukar pogrom put an end to that. Now the sector is crawling with scavengers, fighting over the scraps of Imperium technology left in the wake of this so-called...
I think the next thing it wants me to do is craft binoculars, which I need scrap metal. So as soon as I get some scrap metal, oh, there's a... You know what? While I'm here, I'm going to do this cave.
Don't hesitate to kill them all. They would do the same to you.
Can I build? No. I need an improvised blood extractor. Oh, come on. Oh, there's loads of them. So at the other end of this, there might be a camp. Oh shit! At the other end of this, there might be a camp where I can get some metal, and getting metal would be good because I could really do with building this improvised blood extractor as soon as possible. No. No metal, okay. Just have to find some somewhere. There will be some. Probably have all the granite I'm going to need at this point, just to make sure. So, let's talk while I'm here about resources, because you might be thinking, why did I waste my time going into this cave? Well, I saw the cave and I thought I may as well go in there to get stuff which I know I'm going to need in the future. And oh, this is nice, some water. Caves are orange on the map, and in caves you get orange crafting materials, and you need orange crafting materials to make certain items, such as let me find a good one, the cut array, and you can see here it tells you what you need. It says if you go look down the bottom, copper ingots, yes, an EMF generator, and you can see that the EMF generator is an orange crafting material. So orange crafting materials are useful. They help you to make items which are used for sort of survival and crafting purposes, such as the cut array, which is basically a mining tool. So if you're sort of walking past a place and it seems to have something that might be useful, it can't do any harm just to grab it. But we have encountered a little bit of a logjam, because I've been looking for metal and I haven't found any metal, scrap metal. So we're going to go the other way and look for it the other way. Oh, salvaged metal is what I'm looking for, not scrap metal. These might be useful. There's my base, so then there is some salvage metal over here. This area, you can see it's got lots of copper, which is great. It's got plants, which is great. Salvage metal stops being quite so useful very early on, but right at the start of the game you do need salvage metal. Right, what was I going to build? Oh yes, improvised blood extractor, yes. Binoculars, yes. And get back to building my base. Here we go. It's fine to make a little box. Your first base, I mean, obviously if you want to spend time making it look good, then good for you, but you don't need to, because it really doesn't matter. You're not going to use it very much. You're not going to stay here for very long. Okie dokie. Right. Quick deposit. Press the. Oh no, I want those. Press the E key. Hold it down. You will dump stuff in there. I suppose I might even need another storage container already. Now I need more metal, fair enough. Right, let's build a roof. This will protect me from the sun and from other things such as the I think they call it a Sadaka, the sort of police spaceship that comes overhead and does nasty things to you. Right, what else do I need to make? Blood purifier, yes. Fabricator, yes. Small ore refinery, yes. Yeah, probably need that, yep. Okay. Fabricator, refinery, no. So what I need now is salvage metal. Okie dokie. So I'm going to look for salvaged metal. I'm going to take these out. I shouldn't have put them in. And what I'm going to do though, I'm going to go to the crashed spaceship, because I reckon I'll find things there that are going to be useful to me, probably including salvage metal. And I can go to this cave on the way, why not? Here's some. Yeah, this is what we want. At some point I will need to do the main quest, the story quest. It gives you items that you just can't survive without. You need them. Oh, come on. Looks like someone else has been in here. That's okay. If someone else has been in here, I can still loot stuff. There's loot for everybody. Although it would be quite nice to kill people. Oh, here's a camp. No, I don't want to do this camp yet. I'm just going to go and try and get to the crashed spaceship. Come back here. Come back to this camp later. It's a bit dark. It is possible later on to fabricate sort of torches and a personal torch, but I haven't done that yet. Right. I'm going to need heal kits in here. Don't seem to have any heal kits yet. Can I, at this point, learn a new skill? Now, what do I want? I want this one, ultimately. So I guess, first of all, it's here. Okay. Yeah, I can learn this. I want to get... I think I want to get Eye of the Storm or Crippling Strike. Well, we'll do that when we can. I could do with some more heal kits, so I need plant fiber to get the heal kits. You may say, why am I not worrying about the worm? The worm is a pussycat at this level of the game, at this starting point. So here's some more metal, because you see I knew the spaceship would have metal, but it's going to have other things as too that I also want. So I spoke about how we need orange crafting components from caves in order to craft certain gear involved with sort of survival type gear. Crashed spaceships are green on the map. We'll see when we get a bit closer. Green on the map, and they have green crafting components. And why do you need green crafting components? It is because that is where you get the components that you need to make weapons and armor. Right. That's what we like. Yeah, and it's doing my quest as well, which is nice. Now, I'm extracting blood, which is really useful. We want to... we want to extract blood because we're going to turn it into water later. Or we could even drink it directly if need be, but probably best not to. Yes, in some ways, the way I'm playing... Oh, it's right there. May not appear optimal, but... you know I can get away with it, basically. I know I'm not going to die, so I don't care. I might be proved horribly wrong. You might watch me die, because I get too cocky. I think I'm too clever. Right. Green components. Here are some green components. And we get them in the spaceship because the spaceship is green. And green components are used for making weapons and armor. You need other stuff too. Yeah, like you're going to need metal, for example. But what's up here? Let's go this way first. Yep, here's a chest. That's what we like. Oh, here's a quest item. So I don't have the quest that this item is part of, but when I do get the quest, oh. Fucking hell, that's a bit cheeky, don't they? Just over there. When I do get a quest, the fact that I've got the item means I will just be able immediately to sort of... I think I'll have to go around to kill him. Means that I will just immediately be able to hand in the item and get the credit for the quest. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. So my blood sack is full. Oops. Blood sack is full, but I need blood, so I'm going to make another one because I picked up loads of metal and bits and bobs, and I can make another one. I'm starting to run out of water, but that's probably okay. More green stuff here. Sometimes you will find doors in dungeons and which you can chop down with your cutter ray in the same way you basically sort of mine the doors. Seem to have achieved something there, not sure what. You kind of mine the doors to get through the doors. I'm about to become dehydrated, which is bad because I'm in a combat area. By the way, these spaceships are usually PvP areas, but not the first one. The first one in the game is non-PvP. So I didn't need to worry about other players. In fact, if another player did come in here, it would almost be a good thing because they would help me kill the mobs, or they would maybe just kill all the mobs. But you can still loot. It doesn't hurt you if somebody else... so this band I picked up, this door was red. I cannot go through it, but now I picked up the band. I can go through it and I can get out. And basically this big chest here, this was the loot chest. This is what we wanted to get. Well, to be honest, I didn't. I wanted to get the green crafting materials, but there was a nice purple schematic in the chest, this knife, which is quite nice. So I got that. I got the band to open up the door, and now I'm going to leave this area. I've done what I set out to do. Wish it wasn't so dark. It's a bit hard to see. And where am I going? Here we go. And on the compass you can see my base, which is yellow. Maybe I'll get... I'm not really interested in granite anymore because I've made my base. I probably don't need any more granite for now. I do need copper, but I'm quite keen just to get back to my base, to be honest, at this point. I'll get this metal though, because one thing I definitely need is metal. Open a skills menu.
You're easy prey to the sandstorms that sweep across the desert. Those storms tear flesh from bone and shred metal like paper. Unless you'd like to share a cave with some scavengers, your best bet is to build your own shelter.
Okay, so now the quest is telling me to build a base. I've done that already. It will give me credit for building the base. It won't make me do that again, but for some reason it does make you mine the materials all over again, even though you've already done it. So I may as well just mine granite while I'm here, seeing as I'm right next to lots of it. And copper is useful, we need copper. Fuel cells will be useful too. I'm going to ignore those for now. Oh, here's some fuel. Fuck, I really want to try to avoid that. In fact, now I think about it, have I set my base as my respawn point? I don't think I have. Oh, I hope that spaceship doesn't get me at this point in the game. That would actually be quite nasty. Yeah, run away. Where's it gone? Okay, well I think I got away. Oh no, there it is. Well, if I'm sort of in this cave area, I'm going to be safe. Somebody else has killed this. There's some metal here, which I want. Right, getting the metal. I seem to have some fuel cells, but you can never really have too many fuel cells. So if I see any more, I'll get some more. Telling me to mine some more granite stone. That should be nice and easy. Let's go in this cave while I'm here. Orange crafting items, yes. So being in a cave, you're safe from those spaceships that are flying around looking for you, which is nice. I haven't actually used any copper yet, I believe, but I know I'm going to need it. Copper will be extremely useful. Oh, there's some metal. So those spaceships, they shine down spotlights, and if you get caught in a spotlight, then they send people to come and kill you. And at this point in the game, why is this not working? Okay, never mind. At this point in the game, they probably would be able to kill me quite easily, which would be bad.
Automatic shield system that will keep your base safe from the sandstorms. Just keep the generator fueled, or the storms will tear at your walls. And it goes without saying, don't build on open sand. Seal your base, off-worlder. Maintain good water discipline, and it will keep you alive. You've done well licking flowers and sucking sap, but you need a consistent source of water. And the best source out here is blood.
Blood.
Extract it, store it, refine it, and drink it. Raw if you're really desperate. And don't mind throwing up.
Somebody's upset the worm.
Don't drink it. Unless you really have to.
Can't see it, it's over that hill over there. So the man, I think it's a man from Game of Thrones. Sorry if I've got this wrong, I'm pretty sure it is him. He gives pretty good advice, so it's probably a good idea to listen to him. Right, let's, I keep on pressing the wrong button for this. Small chemical refinery. Yes, we want that, thank you very much. Copper, we haven't unlocked copper yet. Oh, well, I've unlocked these. Don't really understand that. Okay. That, yes, please. That, yes, please. Okay, used up all my intel. So, I've been collecting blood that I've got from people. So, let's start making use of it. Well, actually, okay. Let's make a fabricator. That's going to be useful. Let's make a blood purifier. That's going to be useful. I know I'm not making much effort to make this look pretty because I do not care at this point. I know I'm going to need another fuel power generator at some point. Put this over here. Put some of those in that. Oh no, I'll just leave that chest there. That's fine. Blood. Deposit blood. Can I make a container for blood? At some point, I'm going to need to make a blood container, which is this. I need to spend a bit more. Right, fair enough. Blood purifier. Oh yes, I can put my copper in here. Gonna make loads of copper. That's quite nice. Let's just put all the chests over here, shall we? Make another chest. I don't have enough storage. Oops. Yeah, I'm just planting stuff down. I know it doesn't look pretty. I really need a recycler, but I don't think I can make one yet. Where is a recycler? Is that a... Yeah, can't make it yet. Okay. This will be a better knife than the one I've got. This needs more copper. Alright, copper's on its way. It's being made. So I put my knife there. I dump my old knife because it's a load of rubbish. Right. So I can't make the stuff I want to make yet.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to, while I'm waiting for the copper to be made in the ore refinery, because I had copper ore, but now I'm trying to turn that ore into ingots, I'm going to go and find the cave, which I've been to many times in the past, and I'm just going to do the quest to kill scavengers and extract their blood. If I can find the cave, I've been in it loads of times, and now that I actually desperately want to find it, I can't remember exactly where it is, but yeah, let's get some of this. I mean, there's a dungeon. I could. No, I'm not going to go in the dungeon yet. There's a cave. Let's go in this cave. Plant fibre is always useful because apart from anything else you use it to make heal kits. There we go, just use up everything I've got to make lots of heal kits. Metal is useful. Although I might be coming to the end of my use for metal now. Right, let's go up here. Here are some scavengers. I might very well find that metal is now no good. And all I need now is copper. Oops. That was annoying. So I'm very keen to use my sword. Why am I using my sword? Because of my dagger. Because whenever I hit people with it, I get some of their blood. It's filling up my blood sacs. And you need blood because you need. I need metal. Do I to make this? No, I need plant fibre. You need blood because blood gives you water, and you need water. Okay, well the quest is actually telling me I need to get blood the other way. Right, so while I'm here, these outposts with the 3 stars, these contain intel which give you points to learn new crafting recipes. You do get points just by leveling up, but you also get extra crafting points, recipe points, by coming to these places and looking for a sort of green green glowing thing, which you'll see in just a moment. I thought I saw someone there, but maybe that was oh, here we go. So you saw me do. Oh, here we go. Green glowing thing. Skill points. Yes, that's what we like. Get all the loot I can while we're here. Right. So I haven't killed everybody in this base, but I don't really need to. It doesn't. You get a little bit of XP for them, but the main thing that I want to do at the moment is just to let's get a new blood sac. No, still need more. Main thing that I want to do at the moment is just to get as quickly as I can towards getting a sand bike. I may have looted this area to, yeah, because I was here not too long ago. It won't let me get more loot. But it's just a sort of quick way to the base. I know the base is. So here we are. Get some water here. So we release plant fiber. I can make more blood sacks. Basically, your blood sacks. This is where blood is stored when you extract it from enemies, and you want to store as much blood as you can when you go out to kill people, because you want to get as much water as you can at the end of the day. I might make a second blood purifier. So I think I've done a decent job of collecting materials. I'm probably going to find I've got as much metal as I'm ever going to need now. Going to stop collecting metal for now, I guess. There's a blood purifier, deposit blood.
Feeling it by now,
I might get a dream.
It's everywhere on Arrakis.
Yeah, spices everywhere.
Yeah, the sand.
Yeah. Drugs.
It prolongs life, expands consciousness.
So this cutscene is going to appear, and I'm going to press the space button to skip the cutscene, because if you haven't played the game, you might enjoy the cutscene. It's quite good. I mean, Funcom are quite good at this sort of thing. People who've played Secret World will know. Here we go. Skip cutscene. But do watch it. I recommend it. I recommend watching it when you play the actual game. Oh, there I am. Because you will enjoy it. It's good fun. Let's make another one. It can't do any harm. I think I've got lots of oh, what's that? Small. Okay, I can do that. Refineries, blood purifier. Yeah, here we go. You know what? Why not do another one of these? Deposit blood. Yeah, there's more blood. There's some. Oh well. So what do I need to make now? I need to make armor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. I don't have enough of this. Okay, well I'll have to go back there later anyway. Can't make my trousers, or my pants, as they say. Well, I will go back there later, because the quest is going to make me go back there. Right. Where... Oh, I've got some pants that I found. Those will do for now. Drop. 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 Hood. I've got my graphics settings so that you can't see my hood. You can see my horrible old white-haired face. That's a stroke of luck. So I couldn't come on, equip. Yeah, I couldn't make the trousers or the pants because I didn't have enough parts, but turned out I already had some anyway. Right, use that, get rid of this. So a recycler would be really good if I can make a recycler right now. No, I still can't. So what do I need to make? Oh. Buggy. Oh, well, in that case, I think we know where to go, don't we? Go into the place and get the stuff I need to make my buggy. So you might wonder, what do we need in order to make a buggy? Well, the answer is, I guess I'll just dump this in here. The answer is blue materials. Orange comes from caves. That's used for survival stuff, for crafting stuff. Green comes from wrecked spaceships. That's used for weapons and armor. And blue comes from laboratories. And there's a laboratory sort of about here. And we need blue stuff in order to make our first buggy. So there's going to be quite a lot of back and forth. We're doing things out of order. We're going to need to travel back to some places that we've already been. But it will be nice to have a buggy at this early point. The reason I'm going up here is because I happen to know there's a guy up here who will give us a quest. He's a planetologist, and you can see him on the compass. The sort of icon of the planet with some rings around it. That means that there's a planetologist trainer near here. Hello, mate. Yay.
Watch your step, stranger.
Yeah, watch. Hello, mate. How are you? I would like to learn from you. There we go. When you see I would like to learn from you in the that'll do. In the tree, in the dialogue tree, I would like to learn from you. That's a good one to choose, because it probably means, oh fuck, it probably means that the person you're speaking to can train you. So this guy can give me planetology training, which is basically crafting and gathering training, although he does give you some useful skills in the planetology tree. Let's take a look. Gives you more power. Well, power is used in combat. Power charges your shields. Power pack recharge rate, well, obviously that also helps in combat, so that also helps with your shields. So this is worth doing, planetology training, even if you are not somebody who plans to do much in the way of crafting and gathering. If you are purely a combat player, then it's still worth doing planetology, because it will allow you to increase your power pack maximum capacity and recharge rate, and that will help you in combat. Plus, in this game, pretty much everybody has to do some gathering. You can't just say, I'm not gonna, well, you can do, but unless you're in a very organized guild, you probably can't say that you don't want to do any gathering or crafting. It's a sort of key part of the game.
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2.
So we may find that there's another player in here, because everybody is a newbie at the moment, and this is a newbie dungeon. It's quite possible that other people have been in here. If they have, it doesn't matter. We can still loot the chests, and that's what we're here for. We're here to loot the chests, to get blue crafting components. Haven't seen any chests yet. Oh, here's one. Can I drain this man's blood? Yes, I can. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Never thought I'd get so much pleasure from draining the blood from dead bodies. So somebody clearly has been in here before. Not just before, but recently. Because there are no enemies to kill, but that's okay. Clearly, as the game progresses, everybody gets a bit more spread out, and There'll be a quest item here, so later on I can do a quest using that item. That'll save me some hassle, although I am going to be sent back here later on. Yeah, everybody gets more spread out, and you know, you're not in a situation where everybody is playing the game at the same time. Right now, everybody who's interested in Dune Awakening and who has a beta key is, I imagine, logged into the game. And of course, in the PvP dungeons, having other players is not such a good thing unless you're, you know, if you want to have a fight, then it's good. In PvP dungeons, if somebody has looted the chest, that's it. You can't loot it. They've got the loot and you have not got the loot. Tough luck. And you get more PvP areas as the game progresses. But at the moment, we're on easy mode. We're on PvE mode. So the blue ID band is important. That will help me to get through a locked door of some kind further on. Here is a not exactly a secret area, but it's, you know, slightly hidden away. It's not quite so obvious. This will have stuff in it that will be useful to me. Here's another quest item. Those sort of gold chests, they tend to have quest items in. What the fuck? Oh, this is bad. Oh, I don't like this. There we go, there we go. Right. I've now filled up my blood sacks, all 3 of them, which is nice, I suppose. Right. Time to get out and it's a bit sort of musty in here, isn't it? A bit hard to see. This area may have a boss in it, although it's always possible that he's dead. He is dead, somebody's killed him. I'm getting a message about how to fight a shielded NPC, some hints from the game, but I don't need to do that because the boss is not here. So I will get a purple. I think this is Emperor's Wings. This is not very good, in my opinion, but you may like it, you may find it useful. A purple schematic to create a new recipe. Yeah, it is Emperor's Wings. Not so useful. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll try it, see if I find it useful. And that's it, I've done the dungeon. Not much killing involved. I didn't see any other players, but it may be that they were sort of 5 minutes ahead of me even. Things don't respawn immediately. Respawn time is relatively slow compared to some other games. It is kind of a competitive game. Even the PvP element of the game is very much a game where other players do affect you. You can sort of play solo, but you're probably going to be aware that other players are in the game. It's not a game that you can sort of play solo in the sense of completely being unaffected by other players. You're still affected by them, even when you're not actually playing with them. So I could go and turn in my quest, but I think first of all I'm going to go to my base. Somebody's upsetting the worm. Surprised we're not hearing more of the worm, to be honest. Where is my base? God, it's right around the other side, isn't it? Hopefully I will be able very soon to make the recycler. The recycler is really useful. When you go into dungeons, you tend to get lots of damaged weapons and armor. Somebody's made a massive, well, not massive, but quite a large base here. Bit of a waste of time, to be honest. You don't need a massive base here. So you get lots of damaged weapons and armor and equipment, which you can use. There's nothing to stop you just sort of using it, even if it's damaged. It won't last forever, but that's okay. However, you can recycle it into component parts, which is more useful in my opinion. Here's the base, and hopefully at this point we are going to be able to make a bike, which will be nice. Right, do this. Yep. Should really have used the other one, never mind. Deposit blood. Yeah, okay. Would be nice to be able to make a let's do this. It's a little bit of a waste perhaps of skill points, but I think it's quite a useful thing to do. Storage. This is to store water, otherwise the blood refineries are going to just stop working. Fuck it, let's make 2, who cares. Right, fabricator, oh I need one of these. One of these, one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. Right. Should now, with any luck, be able to make a bike. So what did I say I wanted? I fancy either storm. Let's get this. Okay, so now I've got 2. No. Nothing much seemed to happen there. So anyway, I've got 2 skills now. I'm going to make my bike. I'm going to dump my stuff in here. First of all. Get rid of this. Use this. Let's get rid of this. So some of this stuff I want to recycle when I get the chance. I'm going to sort of save it for now. So back chassis, yes please. To make, add a PSU, add an engine, add a hull. There are other things that I want. I don't have the skill points to make. In particularly, I want a inventory for my bike, but I need to learn the recipe first. I've just thought I need to have a chemical refinery. I need to make... No, that's not it. Do I have a chemical refinery? Maybe I didn't make one. Alright, let's make a chemical refinery then. Right, 8. Move this a little bit closer perhaps. Right, here we go. I need to make some fuel cells. Otherwise the bike is not going to work. Just trying to remember if I ever set my yeah, that's my respawn location. Okay. Right. So hopefully now I can finish building my bike, unless there's something still needs to be done. Yeah. Refuel it. Yeah. Take this out of here, and then refuel it. Okay, so I'm going to turn in the quest. So right, I tell you what, let's stop for a moment. I need to double check. I'm going to have to stop the tape just for 30 seconds. I need to double check how long it's taken us to get our bike. I will be right back. About 1 hour and 11 minutes it took to get the bike. I've set my stopwatch now, which is what I should have done from the start. Come on, why won't you go down? That's better. So that's not bad, 1 hour and 11 minutes. Now, what you're going to find is, from this point on, I'm going to follow the main quest line a bit more, and you will find that we go back to places we've already been. However, I think on balance we will be very pleased that we have our sand bike. Put you in a manifest. Here we go. Thank you very much. Next.
I haven't forgotten. There. Though.
Right. So he's given me some training. He cannot teach me much more, or any more. In fact, I will need to find a trainer for some advanced training. So now I'm going to go and do the next stage in the official quest. You might say, well, hang on, don't bikes have any fall damage? You do not have any fall damage when you are in a vehicle. I think the vehicle probably does get damaged. It doesn't appear to be damaged immediately because you know, you can actually do quite a lot to it before it falls to pieces. But vehicles do take damage, and they can be repaired as well. But basically, you can sort of jump off things. Right. Just going to leave my bike here. A little bit antisocial, but I don't care. This is not a player. Hello. Hello, Kink Master. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the first trial. Even though it's a bit of a spoiler, because it might be interesting to see somebody do it. As I say, this is an attempt at a speed run. There's another player, they've just finished doing it. Yeah, oh, there's another player. They too have just finished doing it. Skip cutscene, because we are Doing this as quickly as we can. Skip cutscene. Right, let's see how fast we can do this trial. Can be kind of hard, if I'm honest.
Who is it that thinks? Ibn Kirtaiba.
Yeah, okay,
The
okay.
weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing.
Why don't you run? I mean,
Our god
sometimes you can run,
reigns,
but sometimes
the
when you come
burning
across
eyes
these
of Al-Lat
people talking to you,
and the words
it forces you to
of the
walk.
Kitab al-Ibar. Rest in black shade. Bila kayf.
Okie dokie.
When we began our wandering,
Yes.
we suffered. Until suffering was a thing we came to know within our souls. Arrakis is suffering. When we found it, we were home. On Harmontep, we were made to suffer. Our children taken and made slaves. They denied us the Hajj. Never to forgive, never to forget.
Okie dokie. Can't remember exactly how to do this bit, if I'm honest, but is this right? Just go, yeah, this looks about right. Okay. Oh. Quick. Yes. There we
The
go.
weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Did not God give us the burning sun to defy?
Oh, no. I've fucked up.
Leads to defiance.
Oh, no, I haven't.
And
Have
where
I?
does defiance lead?
Oh, that was stupid. Sorry, this is a bit embarrassing, my friends. Right, here we go. And that's it, pretty much. We have completed the first trial.
Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Ibn Qutayba, who
Yeah,
those
brilliant. Thank you very much. So this will open up new crafting recipes, and it leads on to future trials, which you have to do, probably, because they also open up new crafting recipes, and you want those crafting recipes, or at least, you know, if you're in a guild where you're sort of very well organized and there's one person who's doing various things and you think that you're never going to have to do certain types of crafting, you could probably get away with never doing any of this, but you are going to need to do stuff, really. You are going to need to craft stuff. You can't not do it. Right, so they want us to go into a cave. Well, we've been into many caves already, but because we have the bike, we are going to find it very easy to get into caves and do anything that we like.
Take what you need. Their ghosts will not object.
Oh, that's nice. There's our bike waiting for us. Right, find a cave. Where is a cave? Are there caves over there, maybe? Let's have a look. Well, yeah, seems to be one up north. Where? Oh. No, gone totally the wrong way, sorry. Right, it was over here somewhere. And because I have my bike, I am a lot more confident about just driving over the desert and probably not being eaten by the sandworm. This is where we want to go. There's some of these sort of massive base with lots of stuff in it. Don't necessarily need all that stuff right now, if I'm really honest, but you know, whatever makes you happy. Here's a cave. Oh right, I don't have. So hopefully there will be loot, yes, that we can get, and this might be enough stuff. Let's get some more here. So it's going to tell us to make some armor at the moment. Salvage metal, salvage plant fiber. That's nice and easy. It's going to tell us to make a still suit. Which is something that we haven't done yet. Some metal, right. We'll find some metal down here and some plant fibre just as we head back to the base. That looks like metal. So life is a lot easier with a bike, frankly. Need some more metal and some more fibre. Lots of intel points, which is nice. Come on, come on, come on. There's some more metal. But we still need more to keep the quest happy. Oh, here's some. Right, well we know that there is some near the base. So that's where we're going to go. And I think there's quite a lot of plant fibre around here as well. Not going to worry about that at the moment, even though that looks like it might be interesting. This should finish up our metal requirement, yay! And a little bit of plant fibre needed. There's some fibre. So if you remember, we made some nice big doors for the base, and this is why. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, there we go. Return to your base and drink water, yay. Okay, deposit some blood, why not? Copper, yes. Fabricate a still suit. Yep. Want to learn how to make a... we need a vehicle backup tool, that's very important. We need an inventory, that's slightly not quite as important but very useful. Yay! Everything is working out quite nicely. Fabricate and equip a still suit, so I'm going to take off... how many? Yeah, I've only got one. Can I make a recycler? No, that needs two. A recycler would be very useful. Right, I'm going to, there's my backup tool, that's very useful. Put this on, just for the quest.
Impressive, off-worlder. Just
Yeah,
remember,
impressive, impressive.
You didn't connect the tubes between the cats and the thigh pads just right.
And now I'm going to take it off because I prefer the other type of armor.
That does not count as hydration, by
But,
the
you know,
way.
everybody has their own
News, off-worlder.
way of
My
doing
leg has
things.
recovered enough that I will risk it to move forward. I know a place in your sector where we can meet. Craft a survey device so you can figure out how to get there and join me.
I am probably never going to use this still suit again, but rather than just dumping it, I'm going to store it because it feels like a waste otherwise. There's lots of other things that I would kind of like to make when I get more skill points. 8. Put this on the bike. Yeah, that's great. Skills. No, research points. Can I make... let's get some copper ore. So nice base location because there's loads of copper ore around, and I said I'd show you the map. Here we go, here's the map, here's where we are. In fact, it makes more sense to show it to you when we've gone to the trade post. So, you know, like I said, fuck me, some people will oh shit. Some people will say, well, the thing to do is to build your base right next to the trade post, but we haven't even been to the trade post yet. You know, so it's clearly not necessarily essential to spend too much time to be too close to the trade post because, you know, we're making some progress and we haven't even been to it. Where's the bike? There it is. That doesn't count as dying, by the way. That wasn't a proper respawn. That's not death. That's reviving on the spot, which is a different thing. Still haven't died. I don't believe I've died, have I? I don't think I've died in this playthrough yet. So let me show you something about the bike. If I put some copper in the bike and then I get some more copper, I can just go up to the bike and just hold down the E button, and because there's already copper in the bike, any copper that's in my inventory automatically goes into the bike. In order to give the bike the inventory, as you saw, I had to make an inventory module and fit it, and you have to choose. And here's another nice little thing. Go to the container. You can take stuff directly from the sand bike to the container. Isn't that nice? So you have to choose. What I could not do is to fit a booster to the bike if I'm going to have the inventory. I cannot fit a passenger seat to the bike if I'm going to have an inventory. Right, there's a couple more. I've already made these. I'm going to make another one just for that. Oh no, maybe I don't need to.
Good.
Right.
Static discharge from the sandstorms makes map
I didn't need to make it again. I just needed to take it out of the machine.
A handheld probe
Put some
can gather
blood in.
enough local data to give you a snapshot of the region.
That's what we like. Great thing about the
Fire off the probe.
this blue thing, you should get this vehicle backup tool. As long as your vehicle has nothing in the inventory pointed at the vehicle, there you go. It magically gets saved, and then you can place it anywhere. So you can keep your vehicle safe that way, which is really, really useful. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to use my probe. You need to get high up. This might be high enough right here. Probably is. I'll go all the way over here. Why not? This is one of that. Save me. Sometimes when you do this, you end up sort of climbing up loads of cliffs and stuff, but you don't need to do any climbing. You just find a high point. Up we go. Launch the probe. And it maps out the whole area for you. Well, it should do.
Very good. I'm going to
Right,
Griffin's
let's check with
Reach
it.
trade post.
Right, so now we can see the whole area. This is the map of the area. Spaceship
From rocky
on the
ground to
east,
rocky ground.
trade post on the west,
Far you can move on sand.
Imperial testing station in the middle, base in the middle.
Look both ways before you cross the desert.
Where's my vehicle? Oh, there it is. And because I've got this passive suspensor belt, it should allow me to... what's this? Should allow me to sort of jump down without dying horribly. That's what the belt is meant to do. So it says go to Griffin's Reach. Where is it? It should be on the east here. I need to get a new suspensor belt. Okay. Why can I not see... fuck it. Oh no, it's west. Silly me, it's west. Right. Here we go to Griffin's Reach. I think I'm going to be told as part of the quest chain there to get some copper. So I've got some copper, which is nice. Look at this. Look at this fucking storm. Is it possible that I am fucking up by riding into the storm? I think I may be. See how much easier life is with a bike. Oh fuck. Let's hope I get to the outpost on time. I think the storm is heading for us. This may turn out to be a very silly mistake.
Sector weather alert.
Try to. No, I've messed up. Messed up. Tried to take a shortcut there and it didn't quite work. So if I get in there before the gates close. No! 7. Can I get there?
Alas, Offworlder, it seems my
Okay, I can hide in here.
even here, at the arse end of the Hagga Basin. Your Emperor's lackey, Count Fenring, has put an obscene bounty on my head. And while I'm flattered to be his great book,
Well, that didn't work out the way I was hoping it might work out.
life complicated.
I hope that's not my bike.
Take a look around. There's a contract on the
Ha!
my
Some.
interest in, but be
It's very
careful.
cruel laughing. Somebody left their bike out in the sandstorm and now it's completely ruined. Well, it's not completely ruined. Partially ruined. Oh, this guy here will.
Well, but don't
I want to learn from you. Will give me some training. I'm not going to worry about doing his quest right now, really. Scrap metal, copper, deliver items, copper, deliver, confirm, buy one of these things.
Hey, stop. So perhaps you... Oh, name's Mir. I do the trading.
Buy
and the
this.
talking.
Yes,
My
thank
silent
you.
partner.
See if it'll let me take any more.
You're going to find, Offworlder, that Arrakis is a planet of unique opportunity. No former prisoner would ever have access to the military
Need
technology
micro
of the
sandwich
great
fabric and
houses.
EMF
But with the
generator,
war,
which I don't
chaos
think I have. I need a
reigns.
cave.
Ships crash and are shot down.
I can
Sometimes
actually
spilling
use this
military
because I'm in
grade
here.
materials onto the sands.
That might be useful
The
at some
Fremen
point.
know the ways of the desert and how to do a lot with
Oh,
very
this seems to
little.
be a cave over here.
Imperium, on the other hand, have infinite resources and the
So,
production
the quest-
capacity of countless worlds.
Current quest is telling me
Plunder
to
them, Offworlder. There is a shipwreck near here. Slip inside and claim your share of the spoils.
Yeah, I've actually done that quest already. So the spaceship quest, because I had already been there and I had got the item, I kind of don't need to go back. Oh, come on. Where's the cave? Is this a cave? This looks like a cave. Oh, so now it is telling me to go to the spaceship anyway. Okay, well I'll go to the spaceship, but I'll do this first. So this, as I recall, is actually quite a nice place because this I think has a schematic. This cave here has something useful. Is it a gun? Yeah, a gun schematic, which is quite nice. So I think I'm going to go back to my base and make things before I go back to the spaceship. Oh no, I'm going to turn in this quest, that's right. and then see what else they ask me for. Now what is it? I think it might perhaps be... might be vehicle parts. Lots of travelling, which is why I'm glad I've got the bike. So now what does it want? Oh, it wants this. Yeah, so now it wants bike parts. So as you can see, we turned in items that we got from a dungeon previously. Right, let's do this. What's this? Foil. Let's do this. Yeah. Confidence. Yeah. Bleed tolerance. Yeah. Here we go. Right. Good. Travel to the shipwreck, going to go to my base first. Where is the shipwreck? It's east. Lots of quests updating because we have accepted the quest and then immediately handed in stuff that we had previously. Let's get rid of this. We're not going to do. We're going to do bike building. We're not going to do proving grounds. Proving grounds is a quest for the. I think it's a trooper skill line. Can't be bothered with that at the moment. We're not. We're just using the skills that we have on Swords Master for now. Right. So we can learn this. We can make a new gun. This will be a better gun than the gun that we had. We can make this. That's better than what we've got. Do we have any more? No, no more copper to put in. Any more? No, no more blood to put in. Okay. No. Right, I think now we can make a recycler, which I know I keep on talking about, and now is the time to actually do it. Recycler, yes. Power pack 1, yes, we definitely need that. Cutlery, yes. Although we may get a new cutlery very soon. Power pack, yes, definitely need a new power pack. Upgrade your power pack as soon as you can, it's really useful. That's a bit of a waste, we don't need that stuff. Right, what's this? There we go, we could do a new belt because our belt's about to die, but that's okay. I'm not going to use these, may as well get rid of these. So I'm now trying to dig out all the stuff that we're going to recycle. 8 utilities, recycler. Where can this go? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Right, recycle all this stuff. Okay, great. Let's travel to the shipwreck. So we are very close to being done with the southern area of Hagga Basin, and when we are done with this we can move to the northern area. The only slight issue with this beta, and I think it's wonderful that they're doing this, is that oh. So there really is a limit to what you can do, because you know, it's only a very tiny part of the game is included. So once we are done with here we go. That was nice, wasn't it? Once we are done with the southern part of southern Hagga Basin and we move up north, the next target in the game would normally be to craft yourself an ornithopter, but we can't. We cannot craft an ornithopter in this alpha, in this beta. So there really is a limit to what you can do. But never mind. So we've been here before, but we're just going to get the items that we need for our quest. Oops, no, that's not it. There we go. And we can make ourselves the pants that we couldn't make before. Yeah, once again, somebody has been here. It's very very busy, this newbie starting area at this point in the beta. We'll just race through here and get the stuff. So as you can see, this place is you normally get a little voice saying entry denied. Anyway, you can't go through there, but you get this, you get the identification band, and now it's green and you can go through there. And yeah, there we go. Harvest some copper ore just to keep the quest happy. And some plant fibre. I got my... Oh, there it is. I should probably put this here. I'm going to use this. So I just pick up stuff as I'm going along, and as I get back to my base, there will be stuff. Where's the base? Okie dokie. I'm not really going to pick anything up on the way because I'm pretty sure that all the stuff we need can be found very easily once we are at the base. If you have a passenger, by the way, you need to fit a passenger seat, which I can't because I've got the inventory module fitted, and you have to choose. But if you have a passenger, your passenger, while they're in the back seat, can shoot their gun and can shoot people as you drive past. And presumably they could use a rocket launcher that way. Rocket launchers are in the game. I've never tested it, but I reckon that'd be quite fun. Firing off rocket launchers as you travel past people. Let's pick these up. There's enough plant fibre. Get a little bit of copper. So, as before, while the game will tell me to gather materials, even though these materials to make stuff that I've already made, I don't believe it's going to tell me to make anything. It'll say, okay, you've gathered the materials, and then it'll say, well, you've already made the stuff.
I've crossed a Vermilious gap off-world, and I still haven't shaken my unwanted followers. I'm afraid I must delay our reunion until... well, I fear drastic measures might be required. But fear not, off-worlder.
Yeah, so it's told me to gather materials to make some new weapons and armour. But then it doesn't tell me to make the weapons and armour because I already have.
Vehicle to cross the sands to the Paranorth and reach the gap, but vehicles require components that aren't created here on Arrakis. Arrakis has a long history, off-worlder, more than you might imagine.
Let's do
Some
this.
things, like the Imperial testing stations, contain echoes of the past, but more importantly, they contain stockpiles of components you'll need. Just be careful.
This,
Those
get
old
rid of this,
ruins
get
are
rid of
beacons
this.
for all kinds of
Get rid
scum.
of this, get rid of this. Get rid of this, get rid of this. I wonder if I just pick up some particle capacitors, will that work? Yes. Okay. But I need some more. I don't have enough. Right. So I just need to go and get some particle capacitors, which will be very easy indeed. And then I can make the bike parts, and I can where's the way in? I think it might be down here. I can make the bike parts, I can deliver them to the station, and that will pretty much complete all my quests in this part of the map. Okie dokie. Right. Okay, here we go. We are going to get our items that we need. This will allow us to build the vehicle parts that we need to fulfill our quests. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I think we've been playing for about 1 hour 50 so far. So we've made pretty good progress, I reckon. I mean, there are people who will say, "Oh, I can build an ornithopter in a few hours," but I don't believe that's true. If anybody wants to prove me wrong, feel free to prove me wrong. Make a little video showing how you built an ornithopter in just a few hours. Let's get this, fill items. Water will become really valuable in the future. Here we go, here we go. So, oh, is that going to be any use to us? I don't think so. I think we've already done that. I think that's an item that's just going to sit in my inventory forever now, being completely useless and pointless, seeing as I've already done the quest that needs it. Never mind. There's a worm above us, I think. Somebody's clearly upset the worm. Right, come on, I need particle capacitors. There is somewhere, but I don't think it's here. A purple, there we go, a purple schematic for an engine, a faster, better engine. Which would be really nice to have, but I can't remember where to find it. Hey. I'd have been worried. I thought it wasn't going to let me out. Right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, let me see if I can work out how this works. It doesn't seem to do a great deal. But it is AoE, so I suppose you'd expect it to do less damage than the single target attack. Oh. There we go.
Access granted.
Fantastic. May as well pick up all this stuff while I'm here. Let's get on this, get on this. Not sure if those mysterious files. Probably for something I've already handed in, but never mind. Get everything out of here. Right. We are approaching the end.
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2. I am the station supervisor.
Let's get some stuff from down here. This is a little sort of final loot area. Doesn't have great loot, but has a bit of blue crafting materials, which never do any harm. So I am going to. It's telling me to fabricate a sand bike. I don't believe I need to fabricate a sand bike. I've done it already. I think what's probably going to work is if I take my existing sand bike to pieces and then reassemble it. I think that will probably work, and I won't have to do it again. I won't have to sort of use or find a full set of materials. Even though I probably do have enough materials stored up actually. But I'm going to make some bike parts that I won't be able to keep. I'm going to hand them over for the quest at the trade post. So anyway, how exciting, we've kind of finished. We're kind of there. Second base is a little bit more challenging. It's going to be bigger. It's going to require more room, more materials, more work, basically. Okay, one of those doors are going to close. Small ore refinery. Okay. Everything in here that we need or don't need. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Okie dokie, right. Heal while I'm here. I don't think that door's going to close because the bike's in the way. Which doesn't really matter. Don't need that there. Right. Let us disassemble this bike. Yeah, so when I disassemble it, it counts as building it because I get the items in my backpack, I guess. So this saves me the effort of making it all again. So now it's going to tell me to assemble it. Yay! I need to put fuel in it, because if you disassemble your bike it stops being fueled. A little bit odd, but that's how it works. So now for this thing I need 1 engine and 2 treads, so let's just do this. One engine, 2 treads. So let's see. I probably should learn. Oh, I don't have enough intel. Okay. So when I get to drive the sand bike, it's going to give me a cutscene, because this is a big moment, a big moment. Come on. Okay, I've got the items that I need for my quest. Gonna get in the sand bike.
That's it.
That's it, off-worlder, you're ready.
I'm waiting at Mirzabar. That's the great rock formation at
So now I'm being told to leave Hagga Basin south and to head north.
can help.
I've basically completed this section of the game. It took about 2 hours to do in total. Can it be done faster? I don't honestly know. Maybe. But before I do move, before I do leave, I'm going to go to the trade post. It is west, isn't it? Yes, it is. Turn in my quest, because the quest will give me a larger inventory space module for the sand bike, and that's going to be extremely useful. Because I'm going to carry stuff from the old base to the new base, and I'm going to want to carry as much as I can, really, as quickly as I can. So it is worth doing this quest here. You'll also get a new cutter, you'll get quite a lot of nice stuff. Right. Deliver items, yes, deliver that, yes, deliver that, yes, deliver that, yes, all done, fantastic. So now I'm basically just being told to go north. Oh, and yes, those mysterious files I can, yeah. So there's a quest, this guy here, no, this guy here will give me some,
Indeed.
an item to take north, very straightforward. Don't know what happened there. Anyway. So I'm going to go back to my base, because I'm now going to take stuff out of my base. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to ever come back after I've left it. and I'm just going to take as much as I can carry, basically. And then it's time to start working on the new base, which will be, yeah, so for some people, some guilds, and some solo players, their second, but you know, there is a reason to come back to this area, although probably not to the old base, which is that there will be some of these places, these outposts, that I haven't done, and at some point I'll come back to get the intel, to get the crafting points. If you recall, we saw one of these earlier. They are green glowing things which give you more crafting points, allowing you to learn new recipes, new intel points they're called. So I will come back to this area, but not this base. Right. Let's so the cutter, that's my new cutter ray. I don't even need this anymore, get rid of this. Binoculars, soundbite booster. I'm not actually going to use the booster if I'm honest. Soundbite booster, make sure, yes, get rid of the right item, don't get rid of the inventory. That would be embarrassing. Detach inventory mark 1 and assemble inventory mark 2. So inventory mark 2 has more space to put things in, which is really useful and important. Put it straight in the sandbike. Yes, you can put stuff straight on the sandbike without needing to put it in your inventory first, which is nice. Recycler, that's all done. Small ore. Extract all the water that I can. Maybe I'll make another one of these. Oh. Perhaps I should learn how to make this. Make another one of these. So that I'm able to carry more water with me, because I want as much water as I can possibly get. Okay, let's drink it, otherwise it's just going to go to waste. Oh yes, we definitely need this. Need all the copper that we can get. Can I take blood out? No, I can only put blood in. Right. May as well take out all the fuel, because I'm going to need fuel. Take out all the fuel cells. And let's demolish everything to get the raw materials. Right. Okay. Time to head north. Now, what I'm going to do here, this may seem a little bit odd. I'm going to go to an area on the west where I like to build, and I'm going to do something a bit strange. I'm going to go to an area which I personally recommend for those of you who are going to play the live game. but it won't be the best area for this beta, and I'll tell you why I say that. It's because can I cross that? God, it's a long way, isn't it? I'm worried about the worm eating me even on my bike, because it is a long way. I'm going to go over here, and I think it might be a shorter journey. Because in a live game, one of the things that you're going to want to do is try to get... So we're going to go here. We can go to Eastern Familiar Scap and Western Familiar Scap. Those are in the current beta. North, you've got more areas here, which is where you can find aluminium and other... What the fuck? Other nice things. So it's a good idea to choose a place that gives you access to all of those. But in this current beta test, you don't have access to any of them. You can't go there. So I'm going to take a huge gamble here. Can I get over here? This is a bit frightening. I'm not going to run out of fuel, am I? No, I seem to have loads of fuel. It's a long way. So you see why you need a bike before you can come over here. If you try to walk it... Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. If you try to walk it, you would definitely die. I might die anyway, and I've got everything I own is in this bike. Oh no, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. You can't walk. You can't walk. You need a bike to get here. Jesus Christ. I was a bit frightened. I was frightened. Yeah, the NPCs will kill me here. I can't run around and just act as if everything's okay. The sun is hotter. Sunstroke is worse here. I'll run out of water faster. There's radiation here. Everything is horrible. This is nice. This... Oh! Spice. I don't know any way to collect it at the moment. The metal that you find here is iron, although there may be some copper too. So I'm going north, sort of west, and I'm going to build a base. And this, I mean, I'm not sure if I should do this, because for the purposes of this video, this isn't the best thing to do in a sense, but what I'm really trying to do is get into practice, and I'm hoping this video will be useful for all of you. Oh, there's a wrecked spaceship. I'm not going to do that now, but that would be useful. All of you who want to get into practice for the live game. And for the live game, I recommend, and there will be people who say, no, this is wrong, this is silly. I recommend going north, because you will at some point be so grateful that you have easy access to the aluminium, and there are some crystals, I can't remember what they're called, and the way to get into the crystals, there's an entrance which is about sort of here somewhere. It's about here on the map. Aluminium here, crystals about sort of here or so. Yeah. Go north, go north. Right. Oh, see, this could be quite nice. Look at this. Iron, granite, and copper. You're still going to need a little bit of copper. Maybe I'll just go here. Oh no, I'm going to go further north than this. I know where I am now. That was quite a nice spot though. So this, we'll just go through this very briefly, a bit of a gamble because I've got everything I own literally is in this bike. But you'll see as we go past this, it says it's a PvP zone. Somebody could kill me. They can't steal my bike though. Even in a PvP zone they cannot steal your bike. Even so, I still wouldn't like to die here. But I haven't died, I've made it. I am past the PvP zone. Drum sand, the red sand summons a worm. Not immediately, you know, it won't immediately come, but it summons a worm sort of fairly quickly. So be careful when you're on the... So this sort of area here, so if I can find somewhere here, so... Oh! Copper. Loads of copper, loads of iron, bit of granite. This is quite nice. Oh, look, there's some water. There's not loads of water here. I bet if I keep on looking, I will find more water. Oh, look, there's water.
Sector weather alert.
Oh shit.
A large sandstorm is approaching.
Well, this is where I'm going to make my base. If you go north, there is... oh no, I can't. And I'm pretty sure the sandstorms come more in this area as well. And they might be nastier. So I can't put my bike in safety because it's got stuff in the inventory. But I think if I leave it there, it's probably going to be okay. And while I'm waiting... Where is this sandstorm anyway? While I'm waiting for the sandstorm, I'm going to do a bit of mining. Because I know this is going to be useful. I know I'm going to need granite. So there's some water. So water is going to be useful. Fuck.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Get a hide in here with my bike. I need to learn this advanced construction. I need to learn this, which I can't because I need to do the next trial. All these items are useful, but I can't do them yet, but I will be able to do them quite soon. Yeah, that's probably going to be useful. Alright, I've used up all my intel. What's this? That's going to be good. Okay. Right. So where did I say I was going to go? In this big area in the middle. This is a nice spot. This is ever so nice. Open up the map so you can see. There I am. Easy access to the northern areas, which I can't go to in this beta, but that will be useful. The spaceship there, that's good for green items. There's a blue testing area sort of here. Loads and loads of raw materials, including some copper, which will continue to be useful into the long run. Right. My inventory is pretty full, so anyway, I should just start building, shouldn't I? Start making stuff. 6. Advanced subproof console. This makes a larger base. Those red areas you can't build on because they're sort of NPC stuff here, but I mean that's quite nice as well because it means that there's NPCs to kill if need be. Right. So the video that you've just seen is designed to show how you can rush through the very first section of the game, which is Hagga Basin. Hagga Basin South. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Oh, I seem to have made it okay. Right, let's drink some water very quickly. Hagga Basin South, let's have a look at the map. This bit here, this is the starting area, and you want to get through this. Well, you don't actually need to do that. You can play the game however you like, but you know, if you are rushing, then obviously the aim is to get out of this starting area, Hagga Basin South, and get into the next areas, which are the Western Vermilius Gap and the Eastern Vermilius Gap. So what you're going to do is to build. I'm just going to get rid of this guy. What you're going to do is to build a base somewhere in the Vermilius Gap, either the west or the east, whatever you fancy most. And I'm not going to try to show you sort of everything that goes on from there, because really your goal after that is to try to rush to, if you are rushing the game, is to try to rush to Ornithopter, but we can't get Ornithopters in this version of the beta. It's impossible. You need aluminium and other stuff, and the aluminium is to the north. And look at this, there's a blue wall that stops us going north, because in the in fact let's crash into it just to see what happens. In this version of the well, no, just nothing happens at all. In this version of the beta, they have blocked off the northern areas. They don't want you to see them. They don't want the players to experience them. So we can't make ornithopters. But I do, nonetheless, I'm going to talk to you about my base and what I've done and why I have done it. Because getting out of the south is, you know, is the first thing you want to do. But then before you really start playing in Vermilius Gap, the question of where you place your base is going to be a key question. So I have done something a little bit unusual, and I suspect a lot of people watching this will say, blimey, this guy's done it wrong. I've gone to the western area. A lot of people will go to the eastern area. You can't really see it actually because it's all covered in clouds at the moment, but somewhere over here is the trade post. Somewhere over here, not sure where it is. No, maybe over here somewhere. And a lot of people will say, well, you need to be near the trade post. I don't think you need to be near the trade post. You're not going to go there that often. I'll tell you why I've come here. First of all, let's just get on the bike and drive around. This particular spot has got loads of resources. You need iron. Iron is the new copper. Previously in the south you needed copper. Now you need iron. Look at all this. Look at all this over here. Still has copper, which is useful. You've got iron, that's iron, that's iron, that's iron, that's copper, which is still useful in some cases. Granite, you need to build your base. Loads and loads and loads of metals in this area here because it's near an ironworks. And when you see an area that says ironworks, you know that not just in the ironworks but just on the ground nearby is going to be loads of metal, which is really good. So the ironworks has got NPCs in to kill, and let me show you something else. I haven't shown you the best bit. I'm saving the best bit till last, to be honest. So we'll go around here and we see loads and loads of just everywhere you look. Loads of metal. Obviously there are plants nearby, which is good. And what else is nearby? I'm going to look on the map because I'm a little bit lost. Somewhere. Oh, it's down here. Okay, so it's a little bit of a journey. Well, first of all, before we go down there, we're just going to go west a little bit, and you will see that near this base location is a crashed spaceship where you get green materials, and also there we go. So it's nice and near this. You can't make a base right next to that because look, it's in the middle of the sands, but my base is very close to it. Be aware that this is a PvP area, the crashed spaceship. Now every crashed spaceship apart from the very first one is actually a PvP area. Plus we just go a little bit further south and look, there's a testing station, a blue testing station, blue stuff, blue crafting materials. So you've got your green materials, you've got your blue materials. Oh, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. There are caves nearby. There's a cave, there's a blue station, there's a green place, there's my base right there, there's loads of materials over there. But that's not the best bit. The best bit is look at the north. Even though in this beta we can't go north, where I am now is nice and easy access to the north. So the base is just sort of over there. So let's go. So there is quicksand in between us and the north right now. I'm pretty sure that round here somewhere is a sort of an outpost. I think that's it. That's what I'm thinking of. So, but there's a way past the quicksand. There's an area without quicksand, which is here. You can go to these sort of big rocky outposts and it's safe. You won't get killed by the quicksand. I might get killed by the worm for hanging around out there. So you can go from this area nice and easily to the north. You've got the Vermilius, so there's my base. You've got the Vermilius resources, which are basically iron. And you have nice easy access to the north, where you have other resources which are carbon. You can use the carbon to once you made iron ingots, you use carbon to turn that into steel, which is the next level of resource. And you have aluminium, which is a level of resource after steel. Guess what an ornithopter is made out of? It's made, at least the first one you make will be made out of aluminium. See this red thing here? That is quicksand. This red thing here is drum sand. You can go over drum sand, and that's okay. Drum sand is noisy, so it attracts the worm. But you can go over it if you are sort of fast and you don't stay too long. Quicksand is different. You try to go over quicksand, you're going to sink, and you lose. You'll probably lose everything. I mean, you may have heard that the only way to lose all your gear is to be eaten by the worm. If you are in the middle of quicksand and you sink into the quicksand, I think your corpse. I mean, you won't lose all your gear that way. Just the stuff in your backpack. But you will lose the stuff in your backpack, because even if the backpack is there on the map, in theory to be reclaimed, in practice you can't, because it's in the middle of a load of quicksand. But here, look, no quicksand. You go north this way, and here you get the carbon ore, and sort of you go north here, and you get aluminium. Plus, Hagga Rift sort of over here has some crystals that you need. So you can sort of go north here and then you go east. There is another way to Hagga Rift, which is you can sort of make a base over this side and then go north and go west. But this is basically easier. This is better. You've got more resources here and probably less competition for resources because everybody makes their base on the east. People like the east. The trading station is on the east. But the west is better and easier. And there's also, so I mentioned the Imperial testing station. There's a second Imperial testing station which is about here. So you've got 2 Imperial testing stations in the western area. You've only got 1 in the eastern area. You've got a better spaceship over here than you do. There's a spaceship over here in the eastern area, but this one here has got it's got more stuff in it. Basically, it's bigger. You've got a what's it called? The trial. The second trial is in the east. It's sort of, I can't remember where it is now. Over here somewhere, I think, the second trial. But the third trial is over here, and then the fourth trial is right in the middle. So basically, oh, there's some intel in there, is there? Okay, I should go in there and get intel at some point. Yeah, the anvil. There's a trade post over there. The anvil. So basically, here's the second trial. Here's a third trial. Here's a fourth trial. It's not on the map yet, but it's basically here. So basically, this western area I think is better. You've got more resources. You've got fewer players, and yeah, it's a good place to be. So I'm going to show you my base. So this base is obviously larger than the one that we were in before. I want to just tell you a few things about it. Very simple, it's nothing particularly clever. This base, some people will say that their second base is going to be their main base, it's where they're going to live. For me, the second base is not my main base. The main base is actually the third base. Third and final base, which will be up north. If you're in a guild, I would suggest that you consider having your guild base in the north, because that's where aluminium is, and there's other stuff here, sort of that you need to the west here as well. However, once you have ornithopters, the world becomes a bit smaller, and it's a bit easier to. You could have your base here and just fly around. Obviously, once you've got ornithopters, life is a little bit easier. So, what's going on in this base? Big, tall walls, because at some point, not in this beta, because it's not possible to do it in the beta because areas are blocked off. But if you were playing live, then at some point you might need to make bigger crafting stations. Can't remember exactly at what point that is, but you will have crafting space stations that are 2 stories. I made this thing 3 stories just because I wanted to make it big, to be honest, but you need something bigger than the sort of little box that we had before. Some of the crafting stations will be 2 stories tall. And I've got an upstairs area. Why? Because when you get your ornithopter, that's when you move north, but there probably will be a period when you have an ornithopter and you're still here. Maybe you decide you want to sort of gather more resources or whatever before you move north. You can land your ornithopter here on this platform, and then let me show you with the bike. You've seen this before, but let's just sort of show you how it works again. I'm not saying you should sort of copy this base exactly. I'm just showing why I've made this base the way it is, and it might sort of spark some ideas. You might do something similar, but do it in your own way. Oh God, come on, come outside. Right, here we go. So in the vehicle, there's nothing in the vehicle. Let's put something in there. Here we go. Right, so imagine this is an ornithopter because they work the same way. You come flying through the sky, you've got a big space here, you land your ornithopter, you can stay in there. You go inside where you have a recycler, maybe you sort of been to a dungeon in your ornithopter, you've got some loot and you can recycle your rubbish there, and then you have a storage container here and you go from the ornithopter. This is a sandbike, but the ornithopter is the same way. And remotely you take stuff out of the ornithopter and put it in your chest, which is right here. So it's nice and convenient. You don't have to go all the way back down into your base. You just land your ornithopter and everything is good. And then I have a second outdoor area where this is where you would place your wind turbine. Let me find it, which I can't place at the moment because it's not available in this beta. Wind turbine omnidirectional. Place it here. This gives you power, so no more running around looking. Well, you still need fuel cells to power it up, but basically it does. It is far more efficient than the power stations that you've been using before, because it uses wind power. So you place your wind thingy here, your wind turbine omnidirectional goes outside, and also your wind trap goes outside. The wind trap is fantastic. The wind trap creates water, so you don't need to run around quite so much worrying about blood or all that stuff. You make a couple of these, you place them outside, and you're going to need them because to make your ornithopter you need to farm aluminium. Aluminium, you remember when we made steel? Let me show you actually with steel, because you may not have seen this. Sorry, iron rather. Iron requires iron ore and water. You need water to make it, not like copper. Copper just needed the copper ore. That's all you needed. With iron, you now need water as well as iron ore to make iron. Steel, which you can't make because the carbon ore area of the map is closed off to us, that requires iron, ingots, and carbon ore and water. Guess what? Aluminium requires water. You get your aluminium ore and you make aluminium ingots, and that requires water. So you're going to find you need a lot of water. You're not going to want to run around draining blood from people. It's just too much. What you're going to want to do instead is make a wind turbine. Wind trap. Make your wind trap. Your wind trap makes water for you. You can make 2 or 3 of them maybe. And then when you get your aluminium, that is going to really help. The fact you got a wind trap making water for you is going to help. Excuse me. So that's my base. An outside area to land the ornithopter on. An inside area protected from the elements near my landing pad, so I can easily put stuff in containers without having to run too far. An outside area, like I'll just show you. So this has got support. I haven't actually tested it, but I'm pretty sure I will be able to place, because you need to have enough support to place items on a floor, but I think this has got enough support. If it doesn't, I can just put more pillars there. So wind turbines to make power and wind traps to make water go outside. Yeah. I think that's it. So that's why I've placed the base where I've placed it and designed it the way I've designed it. And even if you don't sort of follow my advice, which goes without saying that you don't have to, obviously, I hope seeing what I've done and why I've done it might sort of spark some ideas, and maybe you will do a better job because you will have seen what I've done and thought you can do better. By the way, at some point, one thing that you would probably do there's a construction tool, is to create now what are they called? Pentashields. You can create a pentashield later on in the game, which we can't do in this beta, which is sort of a blue shield up in the sky, or in fact you can have a blue wall, pentashield wall, or you can have a pentashield ceiling, and it acts like a wall in the sense that it protects your base from the elements, but your vehicles can go through it. So what we could do is to construct some walls. Let's just have a go now. Interface. So you can easily do so you could enclose this whole area in, and you could make a pentashield. I'm going to make a ceiling up here. But imagine that this, instead of being a ceiling, is a sort of blue force field, and your pentashield could go here, and there's enough room, because 2 stories, there's enough room to land an ornithopter through the pentashield, and it could land on this roof. This roof would effectively become a new room, and if you did that, you'd probably demolish these walls here. So it was all one big room, and so your ornithopter would land on top. You would have your chest here. You could go down here. But because a pentafield doesn't exist, another way of doing it is to land your ornithopter on the roof, clear out the inventory, and then store your ornithopter. But having a roof sort of terrace can be quite useful. There we go. So we've done a speed run of the first bit of the game, and then we've I've built a base. I didn't show you building the whole base because that was a bit boring. I thought you probably didn't want to see all that, but I've talked about where the base is, why it's there, and how the base has been designed, and I hope very much that you found that useful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been interesting. I hope it's been fun, and I hope you play Dune Awakening and have a good time in the game. Thank you very much indeed.